Regular Show, one of the most popular shows of the 2010s, is officially making a comeback. After ending on one of the best endings in cartoon history in 2019, me and many others rightfully thought the show was over. But somebody else must have thought different, because Regular Show, officially, this year, is making a comeback. Now, to some of you, this might not be a surprise, since Adult Swim has said that they plan to bring back Regular Show and that they are bringing it back. So you might be asking why I'm even talking about this. Well, first of all, I wanted to put in my own 2 cents on this situation, and second of all, we just got some very interesting news from this show. You might be wondering what that news is. Basically, the voice actor for Rigby had this to say at a convention after being asked if the show was going to undo its original ending.
Something that fans have said to me, and it echoed my own concern before I knew anything about it, was I mostly didn't want to ruin what I thought was one of the best endings of a series. That I had anything to do with or not. It was just like, I thought the writers ended it on a brilliant note, and so that was my first thought, was I hope they don't undo that, and theoretically they do not.
So boom, Regular Show is not going to be undoing its original ending, but what does this mean for the show? Well, I have a couple theories, and some I like more than others, but let's just get into it. So the first theory I have is that they're going to just do more normal Regular Show episodes, basically. It's called The Lost Tapes, so basically what I'm thinking is that they're going to have these episodes take place during the main run of the show, but maybe we didn't see these adventures. So like in my script, for example, I put an episode that I would want if they decided to do something like this, is how Rigby asked out Eileen, since we did never get to see that. But I'm probably the only one who wants that, I'm guessing. My second prediction is a prequel series. So basically, this prequel series would just take place while Mordecai and Rigby were in high school, and, you know, their interactions and adventures in high school, and maybe, you know, some other characters like Muscle Man or Margaret. I don't know why I thought of Muscle Man and then Margaret. So maybe we can see how much of an asshole Rigby was. Honestly, one of the worst friends in cartoon history, if we're being honest. But also what he said could mean one more thing. It could mean, and I kind of doubt that they're gonna do this, that this show will take place after the boys stopped working at the park, but before the very ending of the show where, you know, all of them had kids and stuff. Now, if this does happen, we could see stuff like, who is this Batgirl that Mordecai got with at the end? Yeah, you know, just, you know, what friends Mordecai and Rigby might have made after that. But really, I just doubt that they're gonna do this. One kind of does undo the ending of the show. My thing turned off again. I swear that happens every video. It would kind of undo the ending, but not the end. So, and plus they kind of already did this in a comic where, well, they went past the end of the show. And by the end, I mean the very last scene of the show. They went past that and made some comics about it, but I'm not sure if they're in English or at all or anything. So, out of the 3 options, I think it's likely that they're gonna go with the first one and basically just make more Regular Show episodes. And honestly, I'm fine with that as long as they get it right. But what I've kind of thought during all these announcements and all this news for the show is, why do this? Because the show had a great ending that everybody seemed to like, and the show had a great run. I mean, the last season wasn't the best thing in the world, but, you know, it still tried, it still had heart, and again, the ending was actually a 10 out of 10. And it kind of just seemed like by that point that the showrunners and the show writers, or showrunner and the show writers, didn't have any other stories to tell, so they just ended it. I mean, they literally went into space, and after that, there's not much else your characters can do. Sonic for Hire, if any of you guys know about that, then you know it was just kind of crap after they went into space. But we have seen other shows successfully make comebacks, like Adventure Time with Fiona and Cake, and The Amazing World of Gumball with the Wacky, Weird World, Wonderful Gumball, something like that. But 2 things. One, Fiona and Cake took place in an alternate universe, which means the storytelling possibilities are kind of endless in this new universe, and they don't have to tell the same story with the same characters. And with the Gumball, they're just making more episodes of Gumball. And also, Gumball did end off on a cliffhanger, which makes it acceptable for them to make more episodes. So, in Regular Show, it didn't end off on a cliffhanger, and this doesn't look to be taking place in an alternate universe. So, really, I just didn't see the reason for this at first. But who knows, maybe the showrunner J.D. Quintel and the show writers have a lot of new cool stories to tell, and if they do, I can't wait to see it. And I really just hope this show is good, because Regular Show is honestly one of my favorite shows of all time. It's one of the most funny cartoons in my opinion, and I just really don't want them to spoil the reputation of the show. But who really knows? I honestly think it's gonna be good, because The Amazing World of Gumball mainly came back and is having another great season. I mean, pretty much picked up where it left off. Anyways, I'm your average cartoon fan. This has been just my opinion, and goodbye.